Yeah, so I'm just gonna include something that my pastor just told me. I can't remember his name at the moment, but he's the true senior pastor at First Reformed Church at Hasbrook Heights, and I'm just yeah, but what he told me was the testimony about Jesus, called the King James Version of the Bible, is an illegal document. So how could people rely on it for protection or salvation? But it all works out. There's people out there who are fighting for the common good of reality and stuff like that. We protect each other. We love each other. We're loyal by keeping the law and doing good works. Because what else will we do forever or in heaven, whatever you want to call it? But and if you love, you will do good works. Not because you're trying to get out of prison, because you sincerely love somebody and you're not pretending uh, to love them while you secretly want to kill them. But anyways, um, as far as the lake of fire is concerned, it does not have to be a painful thing if you're not guilty. You know what I mean? If you're not guilty, the lake of fire is no more painful than bathing in the Dead Sea with the Dead Sea salt, you know what I mean? Or just finding like a hot springs that isn't too hot for your body, you know what I mean? But if you're a black person and you're poisoned, then it's a pool of blood that's a blazing inferno of flames. Like, I don't know if people have ever seen a black flame, but it's a flame that's black liquid, and it's blood. It's no longer just blood, because blood is love. Even if it's just a counterfeit red or a counterfeit love, it feels too good to be black. It's just all death. It's basically what our outer space is made of. If you understand how bad some places in outer space could be, like if you see a black hole, it's basically a whirlpool where it just gets blacker and blacker and blacker until it's nothing but concrete black death, a fire. So that's what's going to be inside the hyperbolic time chamber, which if you look at outer space and study it, it's basically another part or version of the hyperbolic time chamber, because time is an innocent white woman, not Black Death or the bubonic plague. But so inside the hyperbolic time chamber, which is hell on earth and living reality, then there's the black fire, or the black existence is a much better word instead of saying the lake of fire. And it's inside the brazen altar, which is what, no more than 15 feet in diameter. So all of the enemy's creation has to be concracted like a midget into a little bitty body that's less than 15 feet tall, hanging on a cross as one dang, you get turned, all these demonic creatures get turned into a maggot. Everything they accuse Jesus of, they are and they will become. They will be seen as. They'll turn into a black statue of death, and they'll be inside that bowl that's no bigger than 15 feet in diameter. It's a round circle. It definitely has a lot to do with the dome and the rock in Israel, because that has to do with the lake of fire and the hyperbolic time chamber. But if you go beneath the surface at sea level, that's either the top of the lake of fire or the bottom, hence the word sea level. But then the other concern is, what's the actual definition of sea level? And if you study the brazen altar, there's 12 oxen, 3 in each direction of north, south, east, and west. So that determines north, south, east, and west, and sea level, and yada yada yada. So hail Jesus, King of the white people, or in some words, King of the Jews, because only Jews are loved. And all hail Allahu Akbar, the architect, and the Matrix Reloaded, because he really is God Almighty. And the real Matrix, even though there's a lot of them, is located somewhere in the vicinity of Israel. So maybe even Megiddo or Megiddo. White power, Ku Klux Klan, white power. It goes by the code name Zion.